Bubba, first of all, congratulations on an outstanding award. I'm not certain how much you may know about Mr. Stan Musial, but do you understand how significant and iconic a figure he was?
I believe so. I was actually doing some research right before this interview with you. And first of all, thanks for talking with me, and great to be talking with you. But from what I heard, basically the gist of it was what an exceptional ball player he was, but even beyond a greater person, down to earth, cared for others more than he cared for himself, and that speaks volumes. So it's an honor.
Well, you have just denoted those things that are certainly well known about him. How humbling is it for you, mindful of those characteristics that define him, that you have been selected for this award?
Yeah, I try to carry I'm the same as everybody else. Hey, I got bills to pay. I bleed the same way. We put on our pants the same way. At the end of the day, we're all humans, and we're all brothers and sisters in this crazy world that we live in right now, and we have to work together. And it's all about making sure that you're in check with one another, making sure that you're trying to be on the same page, and it's okay to disagree, agree to disagree, and things like that is what makes you a better friend, a better mentor, a better leader. Learning all those things, learning from others, educating yourself, and so finding some of the similarities that we instill in each other is pretty special.
Hey, Bubba, that answer you just gave really does speak meaningfully to the kind of challenges that we're dealing with in society, that everyone's not going to think the same, but the ability and the heart to hear one another, to work through that. And it pretty much describes what you've been dealing with in NASCAR as well. Talk about how you've tried to manage that in being a healing and unifying force, Bubba.
Yeah, well, it's a tough road to walk, but no one else can walk your road. No one else can walk my road. It's up to you, and they can try to follow along the best they can, but we're all brought into this world for a purpose, and it's your job to figure out your purpose and the direction you want to go. And so it's challenging, but it's shaped and molded me into the person I am today, and I'm still learning and growing from all the instances that are thrown in front of me, or the mistakes that I make. But you learn from those, and seeing what is going on in the world right now, what's going on in our nation. It's a time of leadership and fellowship and learning. Like I said earlier, educating ourselves on how to be better people. At the end of the day, you just want to be a better person. I've had multiple conversations with a lot of my colleagues and competitors. Jimmy Johnson sticks out to me. He just wants to be a better father to his kids, and I thought that was so powerful. I don't have kids, but just knowing that a guy, 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson's coming to me for advice to be a father for his better kids on things that I can educate him on, it speaks volumes.
Wow, powerful answer indeed. And look, indicating, as you just did, that everybody has a purpose here, and you're in the process of finding out what that purpose is.
That's right.
What has this past year been like for Bubba Wallace?
I don't want to mess up my hair. I think I hid all the gray hairs. So it's definitely been stressful, but through the darkest moments have been a lot of positive light moments. I mean, I don't know if by speaking up, speaking out and standing up for what's right, I'd be talking with you today. I don't know if I'd have a new career or a new job for next year. We got a lot of exciting things happening behind the scenes. Like there's been so much leading up to everything that's gone on, good and bad. Having great people surround you. My race team this year, I've been a part of for 3 years, Richard Petty Motorsports, has stuck with me through the thick of it and have been there to support. And without their support, again, I don't know if I'd be right here today saying these words. And so it means a lot to have so many people, so many positive people in your corner to help you achieve what you want to.
And make no mistake about it, we understand that your love, first and foremost, is racing indeed, and that
Absolutely.
You want to excel in for sure. How are you hoping going forward, especially you talk about new and exciting things, racing for the team of Denny Hamlin and what was that basketball player's name who's now moving into NASCAR?
Yeah,
Michael Jordan. Talk
right.
about the excitement associated with that, Bubba.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. For us right now, we still have 4 races left driving the iconic number 43. and then we switch gears. And I think it's an exciting outlook for myself, my family, my close friends that just know how important racing is, like you mentioned before. One thing that eats at me there's multiple things that eats at me is being winless, that's for sure, but knowing that I became kind of a household name for things I did off the racetrack instead of on the racetrack. So I kind of want to bridge that gap and have some great success on the racetrack moving forward and have a great future in the sport.
You know, and I hope most people will stay focused on that, because even with the humility and the grace that you've handled all of this spotlight with has been remarkable. But you know, the new owner of the team that you will be racing for, man, talk about a competitive driving spirit. How are you hoping that will rub off on you, or do you bring the same competitive spirit to the table?
I think I'm equally as competitive. I think it's great, just having the short conversations with MJ about golf. I say, hey, I got some new clubs. I'm ready to play. And all he said was good luck. And it's like, all right. So I know I need to practice. But I think just from those aspects, the off track, the less business competitiveness that we have is only going to make us stronger moving forward. We all want to succeed and we all want to win and have the best of the best equipment moving forward. And that goes within myself, Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin, everybody involved. We want to win and see this team succeed right out of the gate. So we know we have a lot of work to do. We got to surround ourselves with the right personnel and key people to make the organization happen.
First of all, let me play off of what you said a little earlier about your gray hair. Bubba, give me a break. I dabbed mine, so trust me, you look a whole lot younger. But I'm smiling about the prototypical Michael Jordan who tells you good luck. Make sure you get Charles Barkley in that foursome, because you will definitely finish better than him. That is the ugliest looking swing, and you can tell him that I have ever seen on a golf course.
I've seen it before, and I think I have to agree with you. So sorry there, Charles Barkley, but everybody knows it.
Hey, last few questions. If there was an overarching message, and you probably have already spoken to this, Bubba, but at this point in your young career, as you do have such a powerful voice now, what are you hoping from your heart of hearts that people will hear and understand in society at large?
I think there's a lot of things that are similar to racing that I can speak on. I think the biggest is being patient with inside the race car, but also being patient with each other, giving people the benefit of the doubt, not being so quick to judge, learn about one another, talk to people, ask how they're doing, ask, hey, what type of person are you? Ask those tough questions. If you feel skeptical about somebody, then, just kind of, ease your way into it, It's tough. I think there's a lot of past judgment going on just by seeing somebody, just by the way they look, the way they dress, and it's not right. It's I'm guilty of it, but we all are. But it doesn't mean that you don't stop trying to be better. And I think that's the biggest thing is as long as you're trying, and you can lay your head down at night saying like, hey, I did a lot today to make myself a better human, and I can go talk to my brothers and sisters, not your blood brothers and sisters, but your neighbors, people that live across the street, people that you work with. Those are your brothers and sisters. We're all family in this deal, and the world's going to be a better place if we're all working together.
Loving the fact that your language is inclusive when you call the masses brothers and sisters. Last couple questions here. How difficult was it for you to have the conversation with NASCAR officials, the movers and shakers, about the Confederate flag and other issues that were on your heart? How difficult was that for you, Bubba?
Honestly, it wasn't difficult at all. I'm a person, you ask me what's on my mind, how I'm doing, I'm going to tell you just simply because you asked. I think we were on CNN with Don Lemon, and he was, hey, what do you think NASCAR could do next to keep it going? And I said, let's get rid of the Confederate flag. Simple as that. 2 days later, Steve Phelps, president of NASCAR, called me and said, hey, we're getting rid of the Confederate flag. And I'm like, all right, cool. And that was it.
And the stakeholders with whom I've been blessed to talk with in NASCAR, the officials, are embracing the move towards inclusivity
Absolutely.
And many people on the outside may want to talk about the difficult experiences that you've had, but give me one example of a challenge that you've overcome, but also let me focus on what's been the beautiful thing about you and the sport of racing for NASCAR.
Yeah, I think it's definitely changing times right now. I've lost a lot of fans with that move, but also gained a new influx of fans, a new look of fans, and that's so exciting to see how the conversations have shifted and changed from a different demographic coming in. So that's what I'm most excited about now. We do have the barrier of COVID-19 holding everything back and holding everything kind of at a standstill. But once we get a vaccine and get everybody healthy from that and can see the fans come back in full capacity, it will be exciting times to see what goes on, and I can't wait for that. But, for me, I go through things and shake them off because if you live in my mentions on social media for 30 minutes, then it's pretty tough. But hey, it makes me a stronger and more competitive and motivated person to go out and do what I need to do on the racetrack.
Bubba Wallace, you truly have been most embracing and accepting of the role that you're in. We know you want to win first and foremost, but can I say, what an absolute pleasure it's been to talk with you. Hey, Bubba, before we step away, I understand that the award is actually on site. Can we take a look at that and see how good you look holding that award?
Yes, sir, we can. Here it is right here. Perfect.
Oh, my goodness. Where would that go in your collection of trophies?
That's a great question. I will definitely be making room anywhere for this.
Bubba, again, let me just thank you so much for your time. What an awesome young man, much more mature than I was at your age, and I wish you nothing but continued success.
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.